I'd rather go too far than not far enough. And I think I like that sentiment with basically all the training, you know, because I think we're all pretty much well freaking aware. The harder you go, the more results that you will freaking get, right? The harder that you train, the more effective the training is going to be, the better results you're going to get. The only reward that you get from taking it easy is the fact that in the moment, it's easier, right? I mean, how much easier would it be for me to sit around and do every set that I just did in this workout at half that intensity, or even like 30% that intensity? And it happens. Like, it really pains me to say it, and it really hurts for me to see it. But I see junk volume freaking every day, man, you know? And I'm not everybody has to be a freaking like bodybuilder, gym rat freak. Obviously not. But if you want results, and then you basically just catch yourself slacking off and don't do anything about it, then it kind of sounds like you don't really want those results, you know? You know the training style that's going to give you the best results? The one that you go the hardest with. So, like, the logic of like, oh, should I leave 4 reps in reserve, or should I do 5 reps in reserve? Or should I do high reps or low reps, or high intensity and low frequency, or high volume? Or, like, dude, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but you could take 2 guys and give them completely different workouts for 3 months. You give one guy this training routine, give the other guy this training routine. You know who's going to make the freaking most results? The dude who just trained the hardest and like wanted it the most and wanted to like exert his will onto every set more powerfully than the other guy. And I know it's like, it gets into the cheesiness and kind of the corny, like the cornball factor of motivation when guys are, you know, doing all the self-help, like motivation, like hold yourself accountable. But there's a reason why it's corny and cheesy. It's because it gets said so much because it's true. I mean, cliches are cliches because they've got a ton of freaking value, so much so that they get oversaid and repeated to oblivion. You know. So all that's to say is, I wouldn't stress it so much as like, okay, should I do a 10-second meso rep eccentric triple drop set, or like, dude, pick a weight, go hard, get amped up to some Attack on Titan opening theme songs, get a pump and go home, man, you know, and then improve your training slowly from there.
I cannot stress this enough. The more you put into anything in life, the more you're going to get out. Now, for whatever reason, people understand this, and they understand that the more you put into building a business, the more you're going to get out of it. The more hours you spend working on anything, the more you are going to get out. Work pays. Now, for whatever reason, when it comes to bodybuilding and only bodybuilding, everybody has this mentality that you can do too much. It is fucking drives me crazy, this mentality that somebody somewhere at one time said you can overtrain a muscle, and if you overtrain a muscle, it's gonna shrink. So I guess people are gonna believe this for the rest of their fucking lives, that you can overtrain a muscle. Well, do me a favor and just try it. Fucking try it. Give it a try. Train chest for 3 fucking hours. Do it every week for 3 hours for 2 or 3 months straight. And I guarantee you, your chest is not gonna diminish and shrink away and turn into nothing. It will only get bigger and stronger. Believe me, the more you put into anything, the more you're gonna get out. The longer you train, the more you eat, the more you sleep, the better results you're gonna get. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals.
It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they're willing to work their fucking ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it wasn't about being the hardest worker in the room. That's what got him there. And it didn't happen overnight. Stop running from the potential of what you can be, guys. It's inside of you. It's always been there. And I'll never accept mediocre again. I'm always going to give it my 110%. That's the only thing I can ever say a solid day's work. That's all that will ever find peace in. If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days. If there's potential inside of you, which you know is there, but you're too scared to tell anyone else about it, and you go on and on, get older and older and older and older, and the windows of opportunity start to close, and you knew it could have been given birth to, but you never did it, I promise you, it will haunt you. It's a living nightmare, dude. That fact that you had the ability to do something, and you're too weak to turn the key and start the engine on it, is a greater disappointment and a greater burden to carry than any of this physical sweat equity or pain in the gym or sacrifice. All that is just nothing compared to a life where you're burdened by regret, guys. It doesn't matter about the past. It's today. What are we doing today? What are we going to engage now? And once we engage, we commit. There's no half commitment. There's no quarter commitment. There's no three-quarter. It's full commitment. Once we engage, it's every day we engage. Because that's the better life. It's your option, though. What are you going to do?
You gotta have something more. You're not meant to just wake up, go to work, come home and like chill and watch TV because you're bored from work, and then go to sleep and repeat the process. You gotta have more than that. I mean, I don't know about you, but I definitely need more than that. It just doesn't. That's just not something I want to do.
Own your life, guys. You have every opportunity. There's no excuse not to be the hardest worker in the room. In all your endeavors, schoolwork, the gym, your career, your relationship, your name's attached to it. It's gotta mean more than anything. That's your name. That's all you got. Don't sell out. You know, you must hope and believe in yourself if you ever want to see what that hope can turn into, what that belief can turn into. By doing this every day, repetitively, those are the measures that lead to the big moments of success that everyone sees in life. No one sees the struggle in here. No one sees the hardship, the early mornings you get up. No one sees any of that. They just see if your hand's raised or not. And if it is, oh, what a great guy. Oh, I wish I could be that guy. I wish I could be that guy. But they're not clapping, wishing they could be you at 5 in the morning when you get out of bed, when it's pissing rain outside, to come and train for that hand to be raised. They don't want to be that guy. They just want the glory. And that's the differential of a champion.
And this is when you got to do it, when nobody's watching. That's where you really got to push it. I've said this before. If you can't have a good lift without your buddies or, you know, a bunch of other guys hyping you up, then I don't like, to an extent, I want to say, like, you know, how bad do you want it? You know, if it's just you, don't worry. These lifts add up. You will get something out of it. And not just like something to show off to other people either. I was thinking this to myself, just if you kind of try to self-analyze your own motivators, what do you think is pushing you harder? To impress other people or to impress yourself? I'm not a psychologist, so I can't really get into it too much deeper than that, but just something to think about, you know?
2 a.m., not a person's here. I can put an honest day's work in here that more than anyone does in a week. And no one sees it. Because it's supposed to be that way. This is a fucking means to the ends. It's not the ends. All those motherfuckers that come in here with their hair done, the makeup, you know, these guys come in the shirts to be seen, missing the fucking point, man. Missing the point. You're not in here to get an achievement. You're in here to pay your fucking dues, so later in life you never wonder what if. Champions aren't found on the podium with their hand up. No. Champions are found in the lab studies. The thousands of hours of hard work when no one's watching. That's what makes the will unstoppable. When you're in here and no one else is. And you're pushing yourself harder than anybody with no one around.
How you hold yourself in the small things of life. Build the character winning blocks of the things that we're remembered for. It begins right now with no one looking, man. And how you hold yourself, how you see yourself. What do you do when no one's watching?